Hello viewers, this is your captain speaking, Scruffy of Scrufytam Airlines. I hope you're going to enjoy my next several videos as I fly across the United States in different aircraft playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is a new series. Yes, I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, but my energy is renewed. Each time I stream, I'll be taking the video from Twitch and posting it here. So be sure you come back, watch each installment each week as we fly across the United States, checking out different sightseeing areas. Some pretty exciting, some not so much, but we'll have fun nonetheless. If you enjoy my videos, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Scrufytam. See you soon. Take care. There's nothing quite like an ignored countdown timer, right? Sorry about that. Oh, and I don't have all my lights on either. Weston, what is up? Thank you so much for the dude, it seems like you just resubbed not that long ago, but thank you so much, man. Seriously, I am totally humbled. Plus, you're on an 11-month streak. You've been here since the beginning. I've been streaming for just over a year. So thank you for your friendship, for being an awesome streamer. And for 11 months of subs, dude, that's amazing. If you don't follow the Westonator, be sure. Let's see here. There we go. Now I can give you a shout out on my stream deck since you've done a text there. There we go. So be sure to check out the Westonator. Although I think it's just me and you right now, Weston. You were playing Just Chatting. That's an awesome game. So, oh, you know what? I need to change my stream title actually because I'm flying from, flying across Texas. Oh, dude, I have done that before. Those are fun streams. Yeah, those TikTok streams they're hilarious. They're hilarious. I've seen those done, and then I did them. I had to work this morning and I wasn't able to stay in my office. So I totally, was that this morning that you did that? I remember seeing it. I'm pretty sure it was this morning that you did that because I remember seeing the notification on Instagram. So sorry for not respecting everyone's time. I started my timer, then remembered I had to go do something, so I went and did it first. All right. Looked up some more spooky music this morning, added it to my stream. I've got like 54 Halloween songs, so who knows if we'll get through all of them through the month of December. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the game. I've already got it pulled up. Oh, something else I did this morning that I've been wanting to do. Listen to this. Do you know what that is? Oh man, Weston, my setup. I need a bigger desk is what I need. This thing is crowded, and poor Tam, when she comes to stream, she's not gonna have much room. But I need to get pedals. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I spent not a lot of time, but I spent some time looking for that tone so that I can do the pilot announcements and use that tone too. So trying to make it as realistic as I can, even though I only have one passenger in my Cessna, but still we can pretend, right? I mean, I've got a jet, but I am nowhere near ready to fly a jet yet. I'd rather get really comfortable with the Cessna first. But I do need to get rudder pedals, and once I get that, I'll be pretty much set up. Because last night during my stream, when I went to land, I realized that I don't have brakes, so I had to use my keyboard to brake. So that was quite interesting. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the game. Yes, the seatbelt signs have now been switched off. You're welcome to walk around the cabin, go use the bathroom. But while you're seated, please buckle that safety belt in the event of turbulence. Yeah, like I've flown a bunch of times, and I tried to remember, you know, kind of how they talk and all the stuff they say. So I might butcher it a little bit, but I guess in my plane I say lady or gentleman because it's just a two-seater. The VATSIM wait, what is that? What's the VATSIM network? Not sure what that is. Possibly. So on the agenda today, we're going to be starting out in Houston, Texas, in the good old United States. Ooh. Oh, wow. Really? Is that what you did, Weston? Is that what you were doing? At some point you were streaming that?
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee altimeter tree 0.01 wind 082 at 4. Departing straight out approved.
Because if that yes. I definitely want to get to that point.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
Nice. Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. Can that be done in this game? Can that be done on this sim? Oh my gosh, are we serious? We got thunderstorms again? Oh, dude, you're, whoa, hang on. Oh, okay. I thought I was taking off on my own, but I'm not. Yeah, that's definitely where I want to be. Gonna take me a little while, but yeah, I want to be there. All right, taxiing out to the runway. Plan for today, we're gonna start out here in Houston, and then we're going to fly to Dallas, Texas. From Dallas, we're gonna go to San Antonio. San Antonio, I kind of fell in love with it. I visited it one time. I've been to Houston, I've been to Dallas, I've been to San Antonio. And of the three, of all the places I visited by plane, San Antonio is probably my top 3, I guess. Beautiful historic place. I really love it. Of course, all I saw was the tourist stuff. So, you know, once you live there, it could be a totally different story. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and get this plane rolling. Get up in the air. Here we go. I need to put a cam on my flight controls too. I actually have a webcam that I could point to him to show him. Squid, it is time for takeoff, friend. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yes, just in time for takeoff. Takeoffs are pretty smooth. Landings, not so much. Like I've killed myself a few times landing. Oh, I forgot I had. What happened to my? Oh shoot. Well, that's hopefully that never happens in real life. There we go. Hey, Kung Fu Kangaroo, what is happening? Oh wow, Weston, that's pretty amazing. Oh, it's your day off? Oh, cool. Stardew Valley. You know, I haven't touched Stardew Valley in a while. I need to get back to it. I know there's been at least one update since I last played it. And I actually opened up Animal Crossing yesterday. My poor island. My poor island. And my poor islanders. Oh, you were lurking for the whole stream last night, Squid. Thank you so much. So kind of you. I appreciate you. Give you a shout out. Also, I need to shout out Kung Fu Kangaroo as well. So right now it looks like I've got 3 people in here. All 3 of us are streamers, and all 3 are ones that I love to watch. So if you don't follow the Westinator or Kung Fu Kangaroo or Squidness, y'all go follow each other. It'll be worth it, I promise you. Yeah, Kung Fu Kangaroo is who kind of got me addicted to this game. Got some air traffic in my vicinity. Oh, cool, Squid. That's so kind of you. Thank you. All right, I need to adjust my trim. Down to 4. That seems to work really well for this plane. And let the plane level itself out, and then once I kind of get leveled out, then I'll set my altitude to 3,000. Yes. Oh yeah, we do. Definitely get some cool views. No, not last night's stream, but the stream before that, I started from New Orleans and flew into Houston, and we got to see some pretty cool sights in New Orleans. It was pretty awesome.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
I don't know that we're gonna see a whole lot.
Tower, Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee
Hang on just a second.
frequency change.
I don't.
Approach Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform.
The tower's not letting me talk.
Cessna 152 5 miles east of Houston, 1,900 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
I don't. Dang it, tower. I don't know that we're gonna see a whole lot between Houston and Dallas. But my next leg of the flight after Dallas is going to be San Antonio, and San Antonio's just gorgeous in my opinion, at least downtown San Antonio. So we'll I'll try to fly kind of low or we can check it out. Yeah, y'all, thank you for following each other. That's really cool. I really appreciate that. And I mean it in all seriousness. Everybody that is in chat right now so far that has spoken in chat, I really enjoy your streams. And when I'm at work, usually I'm lurking one of y'all. If I'm not active, I'm lurking. Totally worth the follows. So thank y'all for supporting each other. Looks like we got stormy weather again today in Texas. Oh, Squid, that's sweet. You're so kind. Throttle back a little bit. My navigational map is still really zoomed in right now, so I got a really detailed view of where I'm going. So there's the airport right there to, let's see here, there, right there. There's the airport. Oh, I have Squid many times, mostly during landings. I did play around yesterday. Was it yesterday? Oh crap. Yeah, I'm good. I thought I was really getting high in altitude. Yesterday before stream, not really scary, not too awful bad. Now if I had VR goggles on, it probably would be. But I was playing around and put my engine to idle just to see if I could coast, how far I could coast, and the plane stalled and I ended up flipping upside down and crashing. And I've crash landed 2 or 3 times. I've crashed and died during landings. So I kind of suck at landings right now. It is super realistic. All right, now let me head the correct direction. So we'll be heading to Dallas. Dallas. Hey, cowboy, we're heading to Dallas. Dallas, Texas. I had to put the oxygen mask on. Really just depends on what I eat. Hey, where's my light at? Oh, well, my cabin lighting isn't working. I kind of like the cabin lighting on. I'm actually sitting further back than what I used to before I got my flight control, so it's not that it's difficult to see the gauges, but they're further away. I can't remember the name of the airport we're headed to. Let's see here. Points of interest. Press E. My keyboard is not cooperating right now. Pressing E and nothing's happening. Am I having keyboard issues? Oh, by the way, I guess we're high enough in the air now that I can do this. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We are currently at 3,300 feet. Just we're still in the airspace of George Bush International Airport in Houston, Texas, on a north-northwest heading on our way final destination of Dallas, Texas. The flight will take a couple hours. So right now I will go ahead and turn the seatbelt light off. And that means that when you're seated, you still have to stay buckled. Be sure you stay buckled in the case of turbulence, but then if you do need to get up and use the bathroom or get something out of the overhead compartment, please feel free to do so. But keep the aisles clear, because we will have the flight attendants coming through with snacks and drinks. There will be alcohol served for a cost, but the usual snacks are complimentary of the Scruffy Airlines. A can of soda and a bag of peanuts. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. All right, so sit back, enjoy the flight, and I'll be back with y'all later on. Yeah, I got that today. I got that today, Kangaroo. I've been wanting to add that. Of course, you know, with only one passenger in the plane with me, I could just turn to them and tell them all this stuff. And where are they going to go? Are they really going to unbuckle and use the bathroom? Actually, I hope they don't use the bathroom while they're in my plane. That would not be a good thing. Scruffy Airlines, yes. Yeah, there's not a long aisle. It's a really narrow aisle, like super narrow. And I could probably come up with a bottle or something that you could pee in. All right, looks like we're leveled out pretty good. Let's have a look around. I'm on course, pretty steady course now. All right, let's do the external view. I love this view. Kind of look around, see what's up, see what's up. Oh, Houston, Texas. Last night, the whole way from New Orleans to Houston, I had storms above me, and it looks like the trend is continuing. Squid, what's really cool about this is the weather is real time. So if I was to pull up whatever town this would be between, well, I guess it's still Houston. If I'd pull up their weather forecast, you would see that they're actually having scattered thunderstorms right now. The technology in this sim is just absolutely amazing. I do find my plane wanting to drift to the right. Usually to the right. It drifts some to the left too, but it's usually right, and it's probably like that in real life too. I'm gonna switch back to the cockpit cam. There's some sort of school with there looks like I guess that's a soccer field, tennis court maybe, and a baseball, softball, 2 baseball, softball fields. Looks like 1 each. But I love flights and I love flying, so once I got a taste of this game, I knew that I had to get it. Well, I got spooky Halloween sounds too from last year. Me and my granddaughter made these sounds. Really can't hear them too good over the drone of the plane. Yes, it's spooky season. So I changed over my stream to all my Halloween stuff. I removed a couple of my emotes and added, I think it's 3. I think I added 3. 2 or 3 Halloween emotes that I had from last year of my dog. Little ting ting. And my BRB and stream starting soon, I switched them to Halloween, and my music is Halloween. I just don't have a costume. I've got to come up with, I got to find a pilot's hat, which I'm sure they're all over Amazon. Yeah, Halloween's, I love all the holidays. And this shirt, I know this shirt's really loud. My intent for today, because I've got these new backlights that I've been using, but my intent was to put the green screen back up, because then my head would be floating. Because this shirt is a green screen shirt, so I just have a floating head stream. But I've moved I've moved the spotlights that I used to use to light up my green screen. I had two on the ground, and then these 2 that are shining on me. and I really just didn't feel like setting them all up. Plus I'm sitting further back, so I'd have to do some camera adjustments. But yeah, I will do that sometime this month and just have a floating head stream. And if anyone was here a few weeks ago, I found some green lipstick. Yeah, it's green lip gloss or something. I put it on and my lips were invisible. That was kind of freaky. So I may do something like that too. Maybe do different spots in my face with the green lip gloss, and so my my face is kind of see-through in places. What was I playing? Shoot, Squid. There's not a clip. There's not a clip. It's just the VOD. I don't remember what it was. And while I was playing whatever it was I was playing, you really couldn't tell. But when I was in the just chatting section is when you could really see it good. But yeah, I'll have to do that. I'll have to put some spots on my face, kind of big spots that will be see-through, and then do the floating head. That would be pretty fun. Okay, you know what? I was gonna pick. All right. For some reason, my nav map was not set to. Oh shoot! Was not set to the airport that I wanted to go to. So excuse me while I look off screen for just a minute. Crap. I gotta zoom in. Well, you know what? I'll just show you guys. So this is what I use to navigate. It's called Kid Knives. Kid Knives, thank you so much. It is the best day ever. Anytime someone subs me, thank you so much for that resub. How many months is that? 9 freaking months. Wow, wow, wow. Kid Knives, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Hang on a minute and I'll give you a shout out. This dang nav map. There. There, okay. So now we'll be flying into Dallas Fort Worth is going to be where we'll be flying into. You said what? Kid Knives. What? All the huge hugs to you. Dang, what the heck? Thank you so much. And I feel bad because it's October 2nd, September's over, so you had to pay the full price for that. Thank you so much. You are so kind. Give you some sub height. Those socks. All right, my socks of the day. I actually had my Oscar the Grouch socks on yesterday, last night's stream. But my socks of the day, on the on the right foot, I've got my patriotic 4th of July shirt and some sort of little flower socks. And then on the left foot, I love these socks. I've got my those spotlights are awful bright, but these are my blue socks with the pink cactuses, or I guess to say it properly, cacti, if that is a thing. Is more than one cactus a cacti? Turn them lights down a little bit. There we go. And those are my socks of the day. Oh, you know what? That may be what it is. I didn't think about that, Kid Knives. Thank you. I've just called them flowers all this time, but yeah, that's probably exactly what it is. So we've got a Halloween store that opens seasonally in our town, and I went there two weekends ago, and they had these Oscar the Grouch socks, and then they had Pennywise the clown from It. They had Pennywise socks, so I got the Pennywise socks and I got Oscar the Grouch socks. But man, them Pennywise socks are super narrow, and I can't. This is embarrassing, but I can't get it over my heel. So I'm just gonna stick with the Oscar the Grouch ones. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up on a thunderstorm that we're going to be passing through. Probably gonna get a little bit of turbulence, so if you need to go ahead and finish up with your bathroom duties. I have no idea, that totally blew that. But finish up in the restroom and make your way to your seat. Make sure all your belongings are secured under your seat. Go ahead and stay buckled up, because I'm sure we're gonna experience some turbulence. Once we get through the storm, I'll turn the seatbelt light off, and then you're welcome to get back around. All right, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your flight. Oh, you're about to go to a birthday party. Have fun at the party, Kid Knives. Thank you so much for the 6 months ahead. Holy crap. Enjoy the birthday party. Have fun. Fill the bottle up real quick. Yeah, well, yeah. I was gonna say whip out the bottle, but you know, we'll just leave that where, we'll just leave that. All right, this is the first time that I've actually flown totally VF. No, you know what? Last night I did IF. Is that instrument flight rating IFR? When I went to land, it was totally blind. But this is the first time at you know, full altitude that I've flown blind in the clouds. So to your left, if you look out your left window, you see clouds. Look out the right window, you see oh, a rainbow. What? Hang on a minute, how realistic is this? What? Y'all, I love this game anyways, but how much more real can you be than they actually put a rainbow in a thunderstorm, in scattered thunderstorms? I mean, dang. Yeah, double rainbow at that. That is freaking just super impressive. So I love this game more and more every time I play it. Excuse me, it's not a game. It's not a game. It's a sim. Yeah, we're definitely experiencing some turbulence. Oh, look at that. I'm at the apex of the rainbow. I never heard what happens when you hit the apex of a rainbow. But I know you're supposed to have a pot of gold at the end of it, but I don't know what happens when you hit the apex of one. I guess you just cut it and it goes away, because that's what happened. You can still kind of see it at the bottom right corner of the windshield. That is really freaking cool. And I know there's a way to do screenshots in this game, but I don't know how to do it. So oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Holy crap. Is that not just gorgeous? It's like Rainbow Road in Mario Kart. That is beautiful, y'all. Oh, Kangaroo, man, you know, I love this game. Oh, Kangaroo, another thing about Weston, the Westonator, he was a air traffic controller. He was an ATC in this game. And I forgot what he called it, but some kind of an add-on where you can actually talk to the air traffic control, and that's what he did. He's super good at being an air traffic controller. So good, in fact, that when I first started watching him, oh really? So he was chatting about it? Oh yeah, that's right, he was, wasn't he? When I first started watching him, I thought that's what he was, that he was actually studying to be a real air traffic controller. Oh, I thought I did. I hit a button on my keyboard and then the screen went white, and I thought it was something that I did, but it was just lightning, thank God. This lightning's giving me flashbacks to when my motherboard shorted out. No, not another motherboard. Oh crap, we're getting right into a, what do you call it? What's it called when the wind is pushing down really hard and it's a supercell? Oh, that's okay, Squid. What'd you try to type? Are you saying bad words on my channel? Oh, what? It wouldn't let you post a clip? Downburst. Thank you, Gators. Yes, that's exactly it. Welcome to the channel, by the way, Gators. Thank you for being here. And thank you for that. I could not think of what the heck it was. When I was younger, I was a automotive technician. I worked on cars at a Chevrolet dealership, and I was in Charlotte, North Carolina for training. And a jet, a passenger airliner actually crashed due to a downburst. When they were coming in for a landing, a big supercell and a downburst happened, pushed the plane right into the ground, killed everybody. And me and the other guy that I was with got as close as we can, and I've actually got video footage of the tail section of the plane. Yeah, that was a horrible tragedy. If you want to hear or see more about it, there's a YouTube channel called the Flight Channel, and that's all they do is cover airplane crashes. And I actually found it in that and listened to the whole thing. I'm pretty sure they even have the real black box audio for that crash. So Gators, how are you today? Are you a flight simmer? There's that rainbow still. Got a little rain action going on now. Flying through the rain. This is the first rainstorm I've flown through. I've flown through some clouds, had thunderstorms all around me, but I've never flown through one before. Waiting on the Xbox Series X to become available. Oh, cool. Yeah, so I'm on PC. Holy crap. Wow, yeah, I'm definitely in, something's happening, because I lost some serious altitude just then. No, I guess I gained altitude, didn't I? Wow, that was pretty crazy.
Cessna uniform Foxtrot Yankee, you're leaving my airspace radar service. Terminated. Clock 1200. Frequency change approved.
Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved. Cessna uniform Foxtrot Yankee. Houston Center Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo uniform Foxtrot Yankee is type Cessna 152.11 miles northwest of Tango Echo 853,300 feet. Request flight following.
Oh man, that's unfortunate, Gators. I was kind of concerned about my
Sierra Charlie Romeo uniform Foxtrot Yankee Houston Center. Squawk 3575.
I was kind of concerned about my computer not being able to do that either. Squid, what? I'm not sure. Can someone tell me how I can allow links? Yeah, that's okay, Squid. I've got to figure out. I used to know all this stuff, but when I took that time off, don't remember.
Squawk 3575 Cessna uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
Wow, this thunderstorm is really screwing with my little plane. No, I think I've got it set not to allow links, Squid, so that's probably what's going on. And I know there's a way to allow them, I just don't remember how that is, and I don't have a mod in my chat right now.
Skywest 4647, please expedite your descent 3,000 feet.
All right, to my only passenger in this Cessna. Will you shut up, Tower? No, I'm just kidding. To my only passenger in this Cessna, we are going through some significant turbulence. So be sure you stay buckled. Don't get up and walk around the cabin or go to the restroom at this point. Thank you, Squid. I've got to figure. Oh, dude, you got a clip of the double rainbow? Heck yeah. Well, and that's what they're supposed to do. It just seems like when I'm trying to talk, they try to talk over me. Well, thank you so much for that clip, Squid. I'm gonna have to put it on TikTok, and I've got some pretty good content I need to put on TikTok too from last night's stream and earlier in my stream. I just need to take the time to do it. But right now, all my free time, even off stream, I want to fly planes. Your bottle spilled. Gators. Gators, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy every minute of being a follower of mine. I am Scrufytam, a longtime gamer, and I've been streaming since September of last year, September of 2020. I call my community the sock drawer because I love crazy mismatched socks. And whenever I stream, I always have mismatched socks on, and I've got a sock cam. So every now and then you'll see someone in my community post !socks, and then I'll flip on my sock cam and show everyone which socks I'm wearing. But welcome to the channel. I hope you, like I said, I really hope you enjoy it and don't regret following me. We are really wholesome community here. All right, right now we're flying through another cloud. I don't know that it's really a storm at this point, but anyways. Nothing really to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Don't move along though. Stay with us. You spilled your bottle. Well, once we get through, yeah, we got a little rain now. Once we get through here, I'll switch back to external view. We'll have a look around. But I got to, oh, there's another double rainbow. What the heck, man? We are being blessed with rainbows today. I got a feeling it's just going to be rural. That's a hard word to say. Farmland. Rural farmland. Oh, cancel. Oh, really? So if I cancel flight following, then they'll shut up? I didn't realize that.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, cancel flight following.
There, thank you.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee Houston Center cancellation received. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Okay, thank you for that.
Houston Center Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee is type Cessna 152.15 miles southwest of Kilo Uniform Tango Sierra 3,300 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee Houston Center. Squawk 0253.
Squawk 0253 Cessna.
Let's see here, Weston. Since you are an ATC operator, will I still be able to use my same shoot, I can't think of the proper term, my call sign, Scruffy? Or does it have to be? I know that could not be a real one. We're still talking.
Roger, Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
I don't mind it unless we get in a lot of traffic, and we are in a lot of air traffic. There's 3 other planes, or well, there's 2 now. 2 other planes around me. You're not too sure? Okay, cool. In real life, I don't think it can be. I forgot what because I was before the new Part 107 in the United States came out for drone pilots. No, because it says oh, it does say cancel flight following. I guess I did, didn't I? Before Part 107 in the United States came out for drone pilots, you had to apply for a wing number, not a wing number. What's it called? I don't remember what it's called. For your drone even. And so I applied for it, and it was very strict what combinations you could use. I couldn't use, I wouldn't have been able to use Scruffy for that. That's weird, Kangaroo. I didn't notice that that had happened. Thank you for setting me straight.
Houston Center Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee is type Cessna 152.14 miles east of Tree Tango Echo 0 3,300 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee Houston Center. Squawk 1462.
Wow. This cloud's blowing me around a little bit too. Yeah, trying to change my heading back the way I was going. There we go. It looks like it does. I'm definitely not clicking it. But yeah, so I've got 4 other planes around me. So here's 4 other planes, and these are the ones they're talking to. Yeah, see, there it is again. Cancel flight following. Holy crap, my plane is like going crazy right now. There we go. Trying to level it back out. I guess I'll just leave it on. It's not that bothersome until you get in a lot of air traffic, and then I can't talk, or I feel like I'm being interrupted. I know I'm louder than they are, but still, it's kind of irritating to me. But I can get over it. It's still got the double rainbow hanging out there. I'm gonna check the Weather Channel and just see what the weather is down there right now. Just for kicks. Oh yeah, they got some pretty good storms going on around there. Looks like we're gonna be in and out of thunderstorms our whole trip this time. So last night it was flying over the Gulf of Mexico and all we had was water. Today it's gonna be flying through clouds, and that's gonna be the majority of it for today. But you know, it's still fun. I hope y'all enjoy my company as much as I enjoy yours, even though there's not a whole lot to see here. I guess I could go down a little bit. That's kind of cool looking down through the haze. There we go. We're coming up to a clearing. Short clearing. It's a small clearing, but a clearing nonetheless. Yeah, it looks like it's mostly farmland with a little bit of residential sprinkled throughout. Kind of what I figured for kind of the middle of Texas. I'm going to bring my altitude down to I don't know, maybe 2,000 feet. See if I can get below these clouds where we can actually see something. Seems like 3,000 feet is right at the you know, like a couple hundred feet inside the storm. So if I can fly below them, then maybe we can see a little something. We'll see. You know what? Dadgummit, I forgot to refuel again before I took off. Yeah, we got plenty to make it this time, though. This flight should not be as long as the one yesterday was. So we should have enough fuel to make it. Got a rainbow below us now. Whoa, that looks like a Jeep grill, kind of, sort of. So here, I'm going to slowly descend. I'm just going to descend by throttling down. I'm not really going to mess with the yoke any. Just let it gradually coast down. See what we see at 2,000 feet. Storm's trying to push me up. You know what? I guess I am probably going to have to just use the yoke and come on down. Descend a little bit.
Going to 134.3, generic 50
There, the storm's trying to push me up. As I was trying to go down, I was pushing in the yoke and I was constantly gaining altitude, and I was thinking, wait a minute, do I have the controls inverted? But nope, just a little updraft. Holy crap, there's a lot of traffic right there. It's 2, 4, 6, 8 planes, 9 including mine, all in one area. Good thing is Texas is for the most part flat. Oh, wait a minute. Well, no, it's not flat either. Dallas is at 568 feet above sea level. Thought it was a little flatter than that. Should be good at 2,000 feet though, because that puts us at 1,500 feet above ground level at Dallas, and I don't remember any mountain ranges in Texas. Even 2,000 feet, it's not. Yeah, these are just low-lying clouds. It is what it is. Just gonna go back to 3,000 feet and stay there. Stay where I was.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS runway 8 left approach by Gusher transition. Clear to Gusher commutator 4377. Houston Center Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee cancel flight following.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee Houston Center cancellation.
Try canceling again and see what happens.
Frequency change approved.
I think they just like following me.
Houston Center Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo.
Yeah, there it goes. It goes right back to flight following again.
52 3 miles west of 51 Romeo 2,200.
It's got to be a setting that I put in the options.
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot.
As soon as I cancel, it goes right back to requesting it.
061.
Squawk 7061 Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee. Roger, Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
Text speech. Yeah, so right now, if you want to look at my flight plan, we are not quite halfway between George Bush International and Dallas Fort Worth. So I guess this would be about halfway. I do have some other air traffic around. I've actually got this. Let's see here. This plane is at 27,000 feet, so nothing really in my way. This one's 8,000 feet, so we're good. If you are a flight simmer though, I highly recommend this navigational map. It's called Little Nav Map. The Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda? Where did that even freaking come from? Kung Fu Kangaroo. Dude, oh, I've been up too late the past several nights. Kung Fu Kangaroo hooked me up with that. I mean, seriously, the Kung Fu Panda. Sorry, Kangaroo, if you're listening. I hope you forgive me. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, it is. It was a good movie, but yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying. I totally just effed that all up. Oh well, we'll just drag this back over here and enjoy the flight. Bring my throttle up just a little bit to increase my altitude a little bit. I might try flying above the clouds. Of course, thunderstorms are pretty tall. Oh, did you really? That's cool. NavMap is freaking awesome for a free app. Everything it does, it's really amazing. See if I can climb out of these little these little storms here. Fly above them. Gotta watch my airspeed. Don't want to stall. Oh shoot, yeah, airspeed's coming on down. All right, I'm gonna flip to cabin view. I'm not real comfortable making maneuvers without being in the cabin. All right, this is gonna be a little tricky for me. Maneuvering in the clouds, trying to gain altitude and watch my airspeed while I'm flying through a storm. It's gonna be exciting. I can see the turbulence. I wish my yoke that I had would give me haptic feedback, would vibrate or something to, you know, give me that feeling of the turbulence and stuff, but it's okay.
1 tree decimal tree commutator 4906.
Man, this storm is trying to kill me. I don't know if that's rain or if it's my plane rattling. I was trying to climb through climb up to 4,000 feet and see if I could get above this cloud, but this must be a pretty big storm, or a pretty good storm, because the top of the cloud must be pretty high. There's no way I'm gonna get above it, so I'm just gonna suffer through it. Let me bring my throttle on back. Try to maintain the altitude I'm at. And I'm gonna have to pause it very shortly because I have been drinking a lot of water and I've got to get rid of some water. Unfortunately, I don't have a bottle right here with me in real life, so the good thing is I can actually pause this plane in the air while I go take a BRB. Try to make it through this storm first. A lot of turbulence right now, as you can tell. Jerking the plane around. Once we make it through this, if we make it through it in the next 5 minutes or so, then I'll go ahead and take a quick 2-3 more minute break, and then I'll be right back. I hope everyone's enjoying the stream though. I do wish the weather would cooperate and be a little bit better, where there was something more to see than just clouds. But unfortunately, you know, when you're flying, you don't have a say so over the weather. Although I think there's a way I could turn off live weather, but I kind of like everything being as real as possible, so I'm gonna leave live weather on. I might see if there's a way, if anyone here is familiar, well, I know Weston you are, if anyone listening is familiar with little nav map, and if you know that if I can turn radar, can I turn weather on? Where I can actually see where the storms are and try to fly around it? Oh, good, Weston, I'm so thankful. I'm glad you're enjoying it so far. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a 3-minute break too. Thank you. Oh my gosh, my plane is getting beat up. Oh, thank you, Weston. That's awesome. Catters, well, yeah. What's happening, Catters? How are you, friend? Yeah, conditions are pretty rough right now. Man, my plane is getting beat the heck up by the storm. As I was flying into these storms, we saw some beautiful sights. Had a few double rainbows. At one point, it looked like Rainbow Road on Mario Kart. Pretty cool, but yeah, right now the conditions are horrendous. Oh, you use another site for radar? Okay, AccuWeather.com. Thank you. But see, I don't want to miss chat, so I don't want to have too many windows that I'm looking at over my stream. You know what I need? I need 3 monitors. That would solve this. If I got another monitor, then I could use one for chat and stream, one for nav map and weather, right? So I need to talk to Mrs. Scruff about that, don't I? This is a need. This is a need. We're flying in dangerous conditions, wifey. Yeah, I mean, you can never have enough monitors. It's kind of like horsepower in a car. I mean, who ever heard of too much horsepower in a car? Well, unless you're driving a little tiny car or something. How many monitors do you have, Kangaroo? You got 3. Okay, that makes sense. I was close when I first was purchasing all this to stream with. I almost bought a 3rd and said, nah, you know, I'm not gonna need 3, but yeah, I could definitely use another one. Don't know where I'd put it, but I could definitely use another one. I guess I could move my PC. So my PC case is right here beside me. I could move it and put a monitor right there. Looked like it was trying to clear up a little bit, and then we're right back in the thick of things again. Let's go to the external view, have a look around. Yeah, it's nothing but cloud, all angles. Miserable weather right now. Oh yeah, I've got my cell phone right here. Why didn't I think of that? That's kind of smart.
Houston Center, SkyWest 3504 is at flight level 275, descending 10,000 feet.
So once I
3504 Houston Center, continue as planned.
Once I take off from Dallas, then I'll use it because my flight path is almost identical to go down to San Antonio. So right now we're flying along this path, although I'm wanting to get more centered in the middle of this V because the runway is straight up and down. So I'm gonna land on, I think that'll be runway 360 if they'll let me. And then when we depart, we'll be departing this way, and I'm sure there'll be storms, you know, right along in here. But, you know, if I can bypass them by just a little bit to head down to San Antonio, then I will. I hope it doesn't mess up my sightseeing that I was going to do around Dallas, because I was wanting to see the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. And then, of course, just downtown Dallas. It'll be the first major city like that has skyscraper, you know, big tall buildings and stuff that I've flown in. I was wanting to kind of do some sightseeing around it, but if the weather doesn't cooperate, we'll have to do that another day. So I just thought it would be pretty cool if little nav maps had a weather overlay so that I could see exactly, oh wait, is that it right there? No. So that I could see in real time like where my plane is and where the storms are. Although it wouldn't be that hard to figure out using AccuWeather. Just being lazy, you know what I mean? Hey, Kent, what's happening, man? Good to see you. How are you? Thank you for lurking for a little bit, dude. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well on this Saturday. Kent is another streamer. Let me give my friend Kent Zone Star a shout out. Kent's a pretty amazing streamer as well, and another really good guy. I've known him for quite some time. I am really blessed with a lot of awesome streamers in my community. I am. So what is Wingspan? Is that a fly-in game too? Or am I just judging that based off the title? But yeah, dude, I am hooked on Flight Sim. Oh, it's a card game about birds. Well, I mean, I was close. It's about flying. It's got birds in there. Oh, you're welcome for the shout out, friend. I did order a yoke, a flight steering yoke and throttle controls that I'm using now. They came in yesterday. I got everything set up and used it on my stream last night, and I'm loving it. A whole lot easier than using an Xbox controller with a thumb pad or a thumbstick to try to land, especially. It feels pretty good, Weston. I wish it had haptic feedback, so I wish it vibrated and stuff, you know. The Xbox controller did, and you kind of just got that extra feel. Like right now, going through the turbulence, it would be vibrating. I do miss that, but man, it's a whole heck of a lot smoother than it was. And I need to get foot pedals so I can have rudder control. But yeah, I'm loving it. I was skeptical about using the Logitech. Not that I saw any bad reviews or anything about it, but of the streamers that I've talked to that are into Flight Sim, they're using the name of the company leaves me, but Kung Fu Kangaroo uses them, and a couple other people I've talked to use it as well. So I was kind of skeptical of Logitech, but it works good. And the beauty of it is that the yoke The yoke controller, all the other peripherals plug up to it, so you're not using up all your USB ports on your PC. Because that was a concern I had, but once I got this, it's got the throttle control plugged up to this, and it's got 1, 2, 3. It's got 3 extra USB ports. So I shouldn't have a problem with using up USBs too. It's pretty nice. They're all integrated. Looks like it might be clearing up just a touch out there. Let's go to the external view, and then I have got to take a bathroom break. Yeah, we can actually see something now. There's another rainbow. Rainbow Road once again. Rainbow Road Part 2.
Houston Center Air Shuttle 6089er is at flight level 290, descending 10,000 feet. Air Shuttle 6089er, Houston Center, continue.
Got a big lake. I almost thought that kind of looks like, you know, maybe I don't know, a big body of water, which it is. But I thought it was like an ocean or like the Gulf of Mexico, but now I do see the other border. So it's just a big lake. Nice to see something other than clouds for a change.
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee Fort Worth Center altimeter 29.999 continue as planned.
All right, y'all, I'm gonna pause this and run and take a bathroom break really quick. So let me hit the pause button and give you some music as I go to my BRB screen. I will be back in 2 to 3 minutes. It won't be long. Just stick with me. We'll have some more flying experience, more flying fun. See you soon. It is the Scruffy spooky joke. When I first did that last year, I had a couple viewers that thought they were actually having PC problems. So I thought I would reuse it this year. It worked so well. Dang it, I meant to refill my water too. I've been drinking a ton of water. Y'all that know me really well know that I've had some heart trouble really since I was a teenager, but I've had heart surgery twice in the last 3 years. The most recent was in July. But after that, the doctor told me, he said, you are in perfect health. The only thing I need to do is lose some weight. So I weighed in at 420 pounds August 16th. And so I finally got serious about weight loss, and I am down 33 pounds since August 16th. I'm doing really well. I've got my mind in a really good place. Pretty proud of myself. My goal long term, really long term, is to get down to 250 pounds. But I'll tell you what, 33 pounds, I'll take it. I feel a heck of a lot better. And my clothes are feeling looser. Yeah, thank you, Catters. The first 2 weeks are extremely difficult trying to get over the food cravings. But after that, it's been pretty smooth sailing. Smooth flying, I should say. Unlike right now. All right, looks like we're coming up on another storm. I guess I should make an announcement to my one passenger. All right, one passenger, this is your captain speaking. Most of this flight has been through storms, and it looks like we are coming up on yet another storm. So try to stay seated as much as possible. Keep your seatbelt buckled. All items stored in the overhead compartment are below your seat. So if we get in some really rough turbulence, no one will get hurt. As you can see, we do have some bright lights outside, trying to figure out what those are. A little bit of thunder going on. Other than that, just sit back, enjoy the flight. We should be hitting Dallas, Fort Worth in, I don't know, maybe a half hour or so. Just enjoy the flight, and again, don't get up unless absolutely necessary. The seatbelt light has been turned back on. Also, this is a non-smoking flight. Don't know that there ever, I don't know of a flight that is smoking unless it's a private jet, so don't light up. Enjoy the rest of the flight. All right, so we can look out this window and actually see something for a change. That's that big lake that we saw earlier. Continuing, that's a huge, huge lake. And I could zoom in on my map and see what it is. Let's see if I can figure out what lake that is. The big old body of water. That, my friends, is Lake Limestone. Lake Limestone. It gets its name. Lake Limestone comes from, you'll never believe it, limestone. My keyboard is not working. This landing is going to be quite exciting because I somehow have lost my keyboard. Dang it. And I use my keyboard as the brake. I mean, not that I throw my keyboard out the window or anything, but I use the brake button on my keyboard to stop the plane. So we're gonna see how this works out. I hope it works out okay. Still got a little ways to go, and then I'll warn my passengers that they really need to buckle up and get in the crashed position. Assume crash position, everybody. It's easy for me to say. All right, we're currently approaching the Mexia Limestone Airport. KXLY. It will be to your left very shortly. Hold on tight. Let's see how big this storm is. I'm gonna pull up the weather really quick. Oh, let's see here. No. That was Lake Limestone, right? Lake Limestone, Texas. See how we're looking. It's a lion. It's saying it's partly cloudy. What? Yeah, so this storm shouldn't last too awful long. And then it looks like we'll be okay until we get close to Dallas, and it's storming like crazy in Dallas. So maybe we'll have a little bit of clear weather between here and Dallas. We'll see. All right, I'm really gaining altitude now, and I know it's just a storm kind of blowing me around. If you're just joining us, I am flying a Cessna from coast to coast of the United States, East Coast to West Coast, and then back to East Coast. I actually started out at the little airport that's a half mile from where I live. And right now I'm flying from Houston, Texas to Dallas, Texas. Once we land in Dallas, we'll turn back around and go to San Antonio, Texas. From there, I don't remember, but we're gonna make our way out west, fly the California coast, and then start making our way back east. Along the way on our trip back east, we're gonna make a stop at Las Vegas, Colorado Springs, Colorado. I think I mapped it out where we'll be flying over the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah. I believe that's where it is. And some other exciting stops along the way. I am fairly new to flight sim. This is only my second week of flying. Right before stream, I checked. I've got 17 hours under my belt of flying. This is my first group of cell of storms that I've flown through. It's really beating my aircraft up. But that's pretty much it. Welcome to my stream. For the most part, I am a variety streamer, but I do tend to get hooked on games, and like I am deep in this game, or this. I've been corrected for calling it a game. I'm kind of hooked on this sim. So we should be pulling through this storm soon, and then it'll be probably partly to mostly cloudy until we get into Dallas, and Dallas is getting hit pretty hard with a cell right now, from what I can see. We do have a 10-knot tailwind right now. And who knows what's going on inside this supercell. It's kind of blowing me all around. Look out the left window, nothing. Look out the right window, nothing. Nasty day to be flying. There is some other air traffic out there. I see 3 other planes in my vicinity. There's no reason in trying to look at the nearest airport list yet, because near DFW there are a ton of little airports that are going to show up on my airport list, so I'm not even going to bother trying to tune into DFW right now. So hopefully this storm won't go on too much longer. So what's everyone's plans for the weekend? This is my plan. I did have to work this morning. We do pre-employment testing for a city that's about an hour away from us. They drive to our school and we do pre-employment testing for their mechanics, their car mechanics. And so I had to do that this morning at work, but it's good extra money. I mean, I'll take the extra pocket money, because you never know when you're going to need another peripheral for flight sim or something. And so I got off at 12, came home, ate something. My wife came home for lunch, spent some time with her, and here we are. And this is what I plan on doing until she gets off work at 6 Eastern Standard Time, which is 2 more hours away. Oh, dude, that's awesome, Weston. Where's the convention at? That sounds like a lot of fun. And when is your last stream? Are you doing it today or tomorrow? Or is it tomorrow for you already? Is it Sunday for you, Weston? I used to know all these times back when I was streaming like big time. It's in London. Are you going to Catters? Grab a quick flight over. Last stream is okay, so today is Saturday for you. Okay. Yeah. Dang, that scared the crap out of me when I looked up and my whole screen is white. I keep on thinking my PC's wigging out. Yeah, you know what? I'll just jump on after when I land in Dallas, I'll go ahead and switch to a jumbo jet. We'll fly over there. Oh, nice. That sounds pretty cool. Unfortunately, unless we're on a break from school, the only time we get off is the breaks when we don't have students. And my wife, oh my gosh, her work is like crazy about time off. She never gets time off except one day during the week. But she's got a good job. Just flying along. Looks like we're a little bit more than halfway there now. I honestly don't know that I'm gonna have time. You know what? I'm probably gonna have to pick an airport. No, that's a long freaking flight. I'm probably gonna have to pick an airport between Dallas and San Antonio to land at. Because there's no way I'm gonna make this flight before my wife gets off work. So let's see here. I think I'll make Longhorn Auxiliary Landing Strip. Or heck, maybe, well, Waco is like, I'll tell you what, I'll see what the weather's like first. And then I'll decide where to land at, where to stop. Be my luck, I'd pick some kind of path right in the middle of a bunch of storms again. How am I looking? Oh, look at that rainbow again, another rainbow. See how I'm looking fuel wise. Yeah, we're good. One thing I learned the hard way is even if you have the game paused, you're still consuming fuel. So I've had to refuel twice in flight. Once was after an hour and a half pause when I was eating dinner with my wife. It came back, and within 10 minutes I ran out of fuel in the air, so I went ahead and fueled back up. And then last night during stream between New Orleans and Houston, I ran out of gas. I had to refuel. One of these days I'll remember to fill the tanks all the way before I take off. For some reason the sim only fills them halfway, and then I run out. So if someone can answer this for me, does this mean I've got 42% fuel, like I'm 42% full? Because I was thinking, you know, I could do 100% here, 100% here. But is it possible to do that, or is 50% each tank as full as you can get? May not be possible to go 100% for both. Don't know. One of these days I'll remember and I'll find out. Those rainbows are amazing. I had no idea that they would show us rainbows. Let's go to external view and take a look at that. So you know we're getting close to the edge of the storm if there's a rainbow, because that means the sun's shining, you know, at an angle on it. So hopefully we're fixing to pull out of this thing. And as I'm saying that, the rainbow goes away. So maybe we're going to be stuck in here for a little bit longer. Who the heck knows? Nothing but clouds, all directions. Got rain pitter-pattering on the windows again. Trying to turn west just a little bit. West is a good place to be. Just saying, right? West is always good. I'm trying to go west because the runway is facing north and south. So I'm gonna see if they'll let me land on runway 360, which is the southern, which is the southern runway. And if that's the case, I need to head west. Kind of head, you know, like a northwesterly. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So looking at my nav map right here, my flight path has me going directly this way, but it doesn't take into account the headings of the runway. So this up here would be should be, if I'm not mistaken, runway 18, and then this would be runway 36. So because of that, I'm going to head kind of a northwesterly and then fly straight in. See how that works out. Yeah, I see the incorrect heading indicator, but my keyboard is not working, so I don't know what's up with that. I may try unplugging it and plugging it back up. Might do that in a minute. Oh look, there's Rainbow Field. It'd be pretty cool if there was a rainbow right here nearby. Look at this turbulence, y'all. So this gauge right here tells me whether I'm flying vertical or not. If it's above 0, I'm going up. If it's below 0, I'm going down. Look at how this turbulence is affecting my plane. I'm off the yokes, have been off it for a while. It is just jerking me all around, but I am gonna have to steer to the left just a little bit more again. It keeps on drifting right slightly. And I don't know if this time, if that's a storm thing or if there's a trim adjustment I need to do to my yoke control. Holy crap. That was a big pocket of turbulence. It's amazing how much planes can withstand all the turbulence and jerking around and stuff. You look outside when you're going through turbulence, and on a jet you can actually see the wings bending. It's crazy, but they're meant to bend. It's kind of freaky though, but it is comforting to know that they're meant to do that. There's our rainbow. So maybe we are trying to come out of this. It does seem to be getting a little lighter outside. Maybe once I pull through this storm, I'll just let the plane kind of fly itself, and I'll get up and check my keyboard, unplug it and plug it back up, see what happens. Because it is driving me crazy that I can't use it. And let me tell you, my landings are already scary. Speaking of October and Halloween, but landing and not having brakes when Scruffy's landing is even more scary. I was on one guy's stream. He was doing flight sim, and he was flying Antarctica. It's pretty cool, but the weather was just like it is right now, except it wasn't thunderstorms, it was just snow and rain. But in between breaks in the clouds, the scenery was absolutely gorgeous. So that's something I'm going to plan to do one day, but I'm going to have to really watch the weather before I do that. And I could just pick somewhere else to fly for today's stream, you know, once I saw how the weather was. But in a true coast to coast flight, I mean, you just can't say, well, I'm not going to fly today. I'm going to start out, you know, somewhere across the country or across the world. So I want this series of flights to be a true cross country flight. And, you know, I'll just deal with the weather as it happens. Hebby, what's happening? Hebby, how are you, friend? Good to see you, man. Give Hebby a shout out. Lazy day, heck yeah, man. Lazy day for me too, brother. How are you? How's the house progressing? Dude, it does feel like it's been forever. It's been a while since I've had a regular stream schedule, but I've streamed a little bit lately. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen you. Slowly, but a little here and there. Cool. Progress is progress. Still got a little ways to go.
Foxtrot Yankee, contact Fort Worth Center on 135.25. Good day.
Okay, so Waco's handing me off to Fort Worth Center.
Fort Worth Center, Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
Oh, is the insurance done helping you now? So I think last time we talked, you were waiting to see if insurance was going to do anything else. Oh shoot. Ah, you know what? Wait a minute. I think I did that wrong. But dang it. What did I use for your... I had a command set up for you and I don't remember what it was. But y'all, if you don't know Hebby, Heavy and his wife, their house got pretty much destroyed by water. Okay. Wait a minute, Heavy. It should be. Oh, you know what? You set that up through Twitch, so yeah, I don't remember either. It won't be in my bot. It won't be on my bot. I don't remember what we did. I thought it was Heavy. But apparently it's not.
Waco approach Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee 3000.
But Heavy's a streamer, and they've got. Oh, will be? Okay, hang on a minute. The link will tell his story. It's kind of a long story. Commands. Let's see here. Started hosting this. I am not seeing it. But I remember you setting it up. It's not fundraiser because I did that for a fundraiser that I was going to do that I never did do. No, no, I didn't change bots. I'm still on Streamlabs. You should be able to post a link to your GoFundMe. I'm okay with that. So if y'all feel inclined to help out Heavy, he's gonna post a link to his GoFundMe. Go to it, read their story, look at the pictures, and if you feel so inclined to, please donate to help him and his wife out and their child. They've really been through a lot in the past couple of years. If you thought 2020 was bad with COVID, read their story. All right, everybody. Let's see here. Where are we located at? So right now we are coming up on Hillsborough Municipal Airport on our path from Houston to Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. We've got, I don't know, what is that, about 60, if I take this and lay it this way, probably about 60 miles before we're ready to land. From there, we're gonna make our way to San Antonio. Probably not gonna make it there this evening though, or this afternoon. Not gonna have time to make it that far, but I'll pick an airport to land at and then we'll pick that up later. Oh, no problem. So there's the link. And Heavy, if you want to make another command, just name it !Heavy and make you a command for that. I don't know what happened to the other one, but that way it's easy to remember. I mean, I will definitely remember !Heavy. And as I'm talking, my plane totally changes direction on me. You have to have situational awareness as a pilot, especially when you're flying through a thunderstorm. And I totally blew that. All right, so we're about 60 miles out of Dallas Fort Worth. Gonna be landing on runway 36 is my plan, if they'll let me. There we go. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I don't remember what we named the other one, but that one I will remember. Because you saw that was the first command I typed in was !Heavy, so I'll remember that. Dude, I wouldn't know. I'm a mod of only one channel, my daughter's. And I wouldn't know how to do it, so you did good. Oh, it didn't add it. Never mind. I thought it added it. I wish I could tell you. I have no idea what to tell you how to do that. All right, let's see if I can find Dallas Fort Worth now on my airport list. I doubt it. It's still pretty far away. Barnstormer. Oh wow, that would be fun. There's Dallas Southport. I almost clicked that thinking it was Dallas Fort Worth. No, not yet. Okay. No biggie. We still got plenty of time. Sorry, Heavy. I really put you to work, didn't I? This storm is blowing, keeps on blowing me to a right, to a east heading. And I'm sorry, last night's stream was mostly over the Gulf of Mexico. And there wasn't a whole lot to see except just water. And here we are today, you know, thought we'd do a little sightseeing. And all we've seen is clouds. Hey, there's a break right up there. Break in the clouds right above us. So hopefully we're coming out of this mess. If not, is what it is. I can't control the weather. Hey, look at there. We can actually see some land for a change. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful land. I'll probably wait another 10 miles and then I'll try to contact DFW again. See if we can talk. How am I looking fuel wise now? Yeah, I should have enough to, I don't know. Last night I ran out shortly after checking when I had about that much. We'll see. If I run out of fuel in the air, I'm just gonna, I guess I'll do another air refueling.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee contact regional approach on 125.2. Good day.
125.2 for Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee. Regional approach Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
Wow, I'm gonna tell y'all, this landing is gonna be horrendous if the weather doesn't clear up. This storm that I'm going through now is blowing me all over the place, worse than any of the ones that we've gone through so far have been. Hang on a minute, Heavy. I'll check. Let's see here. On the default commands tab, does it show enabled for mods? Let's see here. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure I've got it set to where mods can add commands. I'm 99% positive of it, but I don't know where to look. So I'm on the commands. I'm on the app now. I'm not, oh, hey, hang on a minute. Settings, there we go. There's settings. General settings, give staff editor permissions. Chat settings. commands. No, that's not it. Okay, wait a minute. I may have found something heavy. No, I'm on the I'm not on mobile. I'm on my PC. And I'm not on their website dashboard. I'm on their app dashboard. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can copy and paste this. I don't know if this will help you or not. So this says the proper format is this, is what it said. The proper format is, because it said unsuccessful, and then it said proper format to add a command is this. And I guess I just added a command. Thank the Lord that we're out of that storm. Looks like we're flying into more clouds though. I'm gonna try to find DFW again. Airports further. Airports. Come on, airports further. Dallas Southport. Southport. I almost clicked on that again. Thinking it was Dallas Fort Worth. Further, still not listed. That's okay though. Got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Just wanted to double check which runway I can land on. Points at Discord. Oh, okay. Man, I can't see that. I can't expand it either. Okay, I'm with you. So yeah, let me go. So I do need to go to the actual web dashboard. All right, give me a minute, because I'm flying way off course here. All right, Streamlabs. Dang heading indicator keeps on messing up because the keyboard somehow is off. All right, account settings, integrations, subscriptions, shared access. Maybe, I'm not sure, man. I'll have to check that. Dang it, I'll have to check that after. But I thought you could still and I could be totally wrong on this, even though, yeah, commands are definitely working because I've used commands during this stream. Yes. It doesn't make any sense to me why it's not working like it always has. All right, I'm going to try to land on, it's not runway 36, it is runway 30. Good Lord, there's a bunch of runways. I'm going to see if it'll let me land on runway 35R. But first, I've got to contact them. I'm getting close. Coldy Bear, what is happening, friend? How are you? Man, I have been talking about you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're doing well. Dude, the weather is awful.
American 25903, you are 14 miles southwest.
Y'all, Hebby, will you shout out?
Expect ILS runway 18 right approach via vehicle transition. Clear to takeoff.
Will you shout out Coldy Bear, please? Yeah, it is. So far, everything's working, Coldy Bear. Also,
maintain 6,200 feet. Expect ILS runway 18 right approach via vehicle transition. Clear to a Go American 25903.
Coldy Bear is an amazing flight sim player. Really new. Swan, thank you so much for the sub. Dang, how many months? 9 months. It is hard to believe that I've been streaming a little over a year. Set aside that you've been following me for 9 months. What? But Coldy had, last time I looked, had 37 followers, so he's getting close to affiliate. But I tell you, he and Kung Fu Kangaroo are the two flight sim streamers that I really watch the most. Yeah, I saw that, Hebby, and I've had a plan to do a 1 year 500. I haven't even done a 500 follower stream. By the way, I gotta give Swan some hype. Swan's my good friend. I love following Swan on Instagram because she always posts some yummy food and garden stuff. All right, let me find DFW really quick. So Coldy Bear, what I'm doing. Oh, thank you, Hebby. What I'm doing is a coast to coast, east coast to west coast, and then back to tour of the United States. Right now we're in Texas, flying from Houston, Texas to Dallas, Texas. And unfortunately, this whole trip has been thunderstorms. Clouds and thunderstorms. Still can't get DFW on there. Okay, no problem, man. Thank you. Oh, it would be Coldy. I am totally down for that. I had another viewer that said the same thing. So yeah, I'm totally down for streaming together sometime. Thank you for joining my stream. I didn't know that you knew that I was a streamer. I try not to get on other people's streams and, you know, say, hey, I'm a streamer, check me out. I couldn't remember if I told you I was a streamer or not, but thank you for finding me. Dude, yeah, Weston, you know, that would be a lot of fun. Coldy, the Westonator there, he was big into ATC. So he was actually, what was the name of the app, Weston? He was a flight controller. I mean, yeah, I guess that's what it is, isn't it? Oh, you didn't? You were just cool, good. Awesome, man. Well, I'm glad you found me. I will ask though, Coldy Bear, go ahead and give me a follow. That way you'll, if you want to, I'm not saying like you got to give me a follow, but give me a follow, and that way you'll find me a little bit easier. Weston was so good at what he did that I actually thought that was his real job. Not that, of course, he was streaming being a flight controller on Twitch, but I thought he was actually practicing. Thank you, Coldy Bear.
What the scallop? Oh, Goofy Goober!
Coldy Bear, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to what I call the sock drawer. So I love wearing crazy mismatched socks. I've actually got a sock cam. So one thing on my channel is, you know, if people want to see what crazy socks am I wearing today, type in exclamation mark socks. There we go. Those socks. All right. Thank you for that, A-Catters. My socks of the day. Let me get my, holy crap. My plane is just, I'm letting the storm fly my plane. All right. My socks of the day are right here on the right foot. I've got my black socks. These are patriotic socks, celebrating Independence Day in the United States. They are flag shirts, and then they might be fireworks. I thought that they were flowers, but someone mentioned they could be fireworks, so I'm gonna go with that. And then on the other foot, my left foot, I have my blue socks with pink cactuses, also known as cacti because it's more than one. And those are my socks of the day. And so I've got sock emotes and sock bit and sub badges. I've got everything socks. I like socks. So how are you, Coldy Bear? I hope you're doing well. I looked for you streaming, was it yesterday? Or Wednesday maybe? I was looking to see if you were streaming and didn't see you on. They're all black, but somehow never match. Yep, been there before too. Y'all, I'm running pretty low on fuel. I may have to do another in-flight refueling, which is not real life, and I don't like doing that. But unfortunately, I forget to fill up with fuel before I take off. Some nights the kids are just too much, dude. Yeah, I've been there. We've only got one child. She also streams. A lot of the people on my channel know her, but she's got two kids, so I've got two grandkids, and they are 7 and 8. I didn't mean to hit that. They're 7 and 8 years old, and they can be a handful. I know where you coming from. So once I land in Dallas, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and try to fix my keyboard. This landing is probably going to be disastrous because my keyboard's not working, so I'm not going to have brakes. So I'm going to try to slow way down before I land, and then maybe just kill the ignition to stop the plane. We'll see how that works.
Squawk 7444 Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
Excuse me.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee radar contact 2 miles.
There we go, coming out of the clouds. Oh, check that out. This is one of very few times that I've actually seen another aircraft while I'm flying. But let me tell y'all, this airport, look how busy this airport is. There's a ton of air traffic. Scruffy Airlines, yes it is. It is Scruffy Airlines.
Regional approach Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Oh, you know what, Coldy? I didn't think about that. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Cleared through Bravo airspace Cessna Uniform Foxtrot
All right.
Yankee.
I've got to contact the airport and let them know my intentions on what runway I would like to land on. See what they say about that. Where is DFW? There's Dallas Love Field. That's not the one. Dadgummit. Quit it. Oh, crap. Drives me crazy. There's so many airports around, it keeps on scrolling as I'm trying to scroll. I'm just about to give up on trying to pick the freaking airport. I'm just gonna land and let them fuss at me, get the FAA after me for an unauthorized landing or some crap, whatever the charge would be. Quit. There it is. Finally, Dallas Fort Worth. Request the full stop landing.
KDFW Tower Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee is 20 miles.
I'm wanting to land runway 35R.
Cessna Sierra Charlie Romeo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee DFW Tower. Altimeter tree 0.02 wind 226 at 10. Fly left downwind runway 17 left.
Make left downwind runway 17 left Cessna Uniform Foxtrot.
Ah, really? Okay. 17L would be just the opposite of the one I was wanting to land at, but that's okay. I'm actually in position to do a left. All right, downwind runway 17L, so that's good. I mean, I can do a left. Let me make sure of which runway is 17, just so I know I'm thinking properly here. My gosh, I thought Houston Airport was big. There's 17, 18. Where is 17L though? I see 17C, 17R, 18R, 18R. I mean 18L, 18R. Is there another runway sandwiched in there? But it says 17L, doesn't it? Turn next taxi. Oh, that's not mine.
American 2581 number 2 for landing.
Oh, there's 17L. Okay, cool. Good. That works out pretty good. Okay. So I need to go this way just a little bit. And it was what I was thinking. It's just the opposite of 35R. I don't know what I was thinking. Y'all, this is gonna be a pretty scary landing, because it looks like, just as I thought when I checked the weather earlier, Dallas was getting hit with a pretty good storm. Still there. So this is going to be a pretty wild landing. No, I didn't clear straight in. They want me to land runway 18L, which is just the opposite. It's coming in from the north instead of from the south, so I'm good with it. I'll just do a flight pattern, a left flight pattern, and land in on the left. Not a biggie. I was hoping I could clear straight in, but they've actually got planes landing the direction they told me to, so I'm not going to give them a hard time. I have landed on a runway where a plane was trying to take off one time, and man, they did not like it at all. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna go ahead. I've got to take a quick bathroom break, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some fuel in my plane, because I've only got 2 gallons of fuel left. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some fuel in. Will you stop? Okay, I can't do that right now. My keyboard's not working. Then I'm gonna try to fix my keyboard. So let me go ahead and pause. So give me probably 5 minutes to give me time to fix the keyboard, and I'll be back. Y'all stick with me. I promise you. I know. Oh man, dude. So you've been there. Oh yeah, they were mad. I'll be right back. Stick with me. This landing is going to be fun in this storm, I promise you. But I'm going to try to get my brakes fixed. All right, be back in like 5. See y'all soon. All right, and we're back. Turn my music off. Turn the game sounds back on. We are back. I did, as you can tell, unplugged and plugged the keyboard back. Hopefully that'll have my issue fixed. Oh shoot. Okay, what did I do? I did something that killed my engine. Thankfully. Thank you, Coldy. I appreciate that. I don't know what just happened. I just turned my my engine just shut off. That's weird. Thankfully, I was still paused and I'm not free falling out of the sky. But I don't know what to do to get my engine started back. Actually, no, I filled that right before. I filled that right before I went and took my potty break. And I'm not close enough. You know what? I might be close enough to fly in and land, but Dallas Love Field is the closest airport to me. But the runway, I'm heading the wrong direction for the runway. What the freaking heck? Thankfully, I am paused. Not the batteries. I've never messed with the mixture knob. Oh. Wait a minute. I just heard it start up. Yeah, it must be, but I didn't even touch the mixture knob until just now. I usually just let it stay default because I haven't messed with it any. So which way is rich and which way is lean? Is in rich and out's lean? Okay, you know what? I'll take it. Apparently I got the mixture right now. So I'll take it. Good deal. Good deal. We're back on the air. Let me go ahead and unpause while we're doing something. Phew, that was scary. Hey, Banana, what's going on? How are you, friend? Good to see you. Pull for lean, okay. What is going on now? Is my trim? No, my trim height's good. I guess I just have to wait for the plane to level back out after all that crap I did. I'm doing fantastic, Banana. Thank you so much. Good to see you, man. Heavy was just here a little while ago. Got three of the affiliate 4. Just ate some Jollibee brunch with your friend. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Got a little break in this storm. The airport is to my left, so hopefully. Oh, Jollibee. You know, I was gonna ask, but I didn't want to sound too stupid. Filipino chicken place. Are you in the United States? Oh, you know, I could have selected another runway for landing and just requested 35B, but it's okay. Or 35L. Oh, you're in LA. Okay. That's right. We talked about that when you were streaming. Oh, by the way, let me give Banana Ice Zambia a shout out. Banana's another streamer. The times that I've been on their stream, very family friendly streamer. And they were playing Hollow Knight too, so if you can play Hollow Knight and do the shoot, I forgot what part of it you were on, not the Coliseum, but the really hard part, and still stay family friendly, you're pretty much a family friendly streamer for life. Excuse me. Yeah, the Pantheon, holy crap. I have not attempted the Pantheon. I've done everything else, but not the Pantheon. All right, folks, this is your captain speaking. We're circling the airport on approach to runway 18L. We do have clearance to fly there. So as we prepare for landing, go ahead and stay buckled, stay in your seats. Be sure all luggage is stowed in the storage compartment or underneath your seats. Go ahead and push your tray back up in the storage position and make sure all seats are in the upright seated position. The flight attendants will be coming around collecting your trash and any other things that y'all might need addressed at this time. Thank you for flying Scruffy Airlines, and hope you'll be back with us again soon. We should be touching down within, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. So enjoy the rest of your flight. Be safe. You plan to go non-family friendly just in October because of horror games. Well, I take back everything I said about Banana Ice Zambi. Forget I ever said it. I retract all my statements. You know I'm just kidding. Oh, yeah, passengers and crew, I totally screwed that up. It is 17L that we're landing at. Just kind of making up my own runway numbers. Oh, was it another flight? Okay, never mind. I'll take that back too. Holy crap. I just know it's I know it's the last vertical runway to the right. So it'll be this runway here, but man, these numbers are so jumbled together. It took me forever to yeah, it is. It's 17L. It took me forever to realize that this was it right here. So this is where I was wanting to land. but they wanted me on 17L, so I got to do a fly around. No big deal. No biggie. Last October you did Mario, but yeah, you feel so full. So what horror games are you gonna play? Oh, no problem. No problem. It gets kind of confusing right now with ATC because this is such a busy airport. It's really hard to keep up with who they're talking to. Oh, Costume Quest. I've got Costume Quest. Thank you for reminding me. I need to play that. I got that last year for Halloween, and I don't think I ever played it. But my grandkids love the TV show, or the cartoon, not TV show, but the kids cartoon, Costume Quest. They love it. All right, folks, let's have a look around while we can. It's one of these rare, clear, in between storms moments. Let me go ahead to the external view camera. I love that they put rainbows in here because that is so real life. For the most part, I'm a horrible pilot because I really ignore ATC for the most part until I get close, and then I just tell them what I'm going to do. That Halloween landing challenge freaked you out. What is the Halloween landing challenge? That's pretty much every landing I do, Coldy Bear, is a Halloween landing challenge. I mean, it's either going to be a horror story or successful. So we'll call this a Halloween landing challenge. Trying to land in Dallas. Me, Scruffy, trying to land in Dallas. We'll call it that. Alien Isolation, Little Nightmares, dude. Little Nightmares is so awesome, and I don't think I know the evil within. Coldy, I did finally invest in yoke. I bought the Logitech. It's got Alien Isolation. Yes, I know what Alien Isolation is. The average Kim played that. But Coldy, I bought the Logitech yoke and throttle control combo. And I am extremely happy with it. Extremely happy with it. I know, what brand was it you said you had, Coldy Bear? Whatever brand it was you said you have, the Kung Fu Kangaroo has as well. But this unit was like $100 less expensive. And I figured if I didn't like it, Honeycomb, that's right. I figured if I didn't like it, I could just send it back. But so far, it's really nice. And the other good thing about it is the yoke unit has 3 extra USBs. So as I add peripherals, as I add pedals and other stuff, it just plugs right up into this instead of using up all the USBs on my PC or having to get a USB adapter. So that's a pretty cool feature. And I wasn't expecting that.
Tower, American 130-211 miles southeast inbound ILS runway 31 right approach.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
American 1302 DFW Tower.
So just to show everybody, this is the runway I'm going to be landing in. They're landing at. So I'm just kind of doing I'm doing what they call a left approach. So I'm going to fly in, turn left, and then turn left again for my final. I can't remember if this is downwind or upwind, and then this will be crosswind, I think. Is this crosswind or upwind? I can't remember what leg my east to left leg will be, and then final approach is what I'm going to do. But this is what they call a left approach. Yeah, Coldy, I've already got that web because I've got a ton of peripherals as it is. But you can look at all the other air traffic.
296 at 17. Clear to land runway 17 left.
Okay, cool. So DFW just told me I'm cleared to land runway 17L. So I'm good.
Cleared to land runway
I'm not
17
ready to
left,
take
Cessna
that
Uniform
those
Foxtrot
two
Yankee.
final turns yet, though. Banana, thank you for the 15 biddies. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow. Thank you so much. And that's the first time I've been able to see my Halloween dog animation this season. Thank you.
American 1302, follow the aircraft on the runway. 1296 at 17.
That is very appreciated, sir.
Runway tree, 1 right.
Clear to land runway tree 1 right, American 1302.
And once I land in Dallas, I am going to go ahead and end stream. My plan was to start my trek towards San Antonio, but honestly, I'm not going to have time to get very far before I'm going to have to land and end it anyways. My wife gets off work at 6, and I got a couple honeydew things I need to do before she gets home from work. So still got a few minutes though. Still got a few minutes, probably 15, maybe 20 minutes to go. And I possibly might come back and stream later on this evening. I'll just have to see how that goes, what I've got left to do. So I might come back and make that DFW to San Antonio leg. All right, almost time to make that turn. See, I'm slowly losing altitude. I need to bump my throttle up just a little bit. DFW is at 500 and, let's see here, 568 feet altitude.
American 16242, 3 miles northeast inbound ILS runway 17 left approach.
The altimeter, the zero mark on the altimeter is above sea level, or is, excuse me, the zero mark is sea level. So with DFW being at 568 feet above sea level, that means once I'm at 2,000 feet, I'm really only 1,500 feet above the ground, or AGL. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start our next to the last turn here. This yoke makes a huge difference opposed to using the Xbox controller I was using up till yesterday. So the game changer, literally a game changer, literally.
Clear to land runway 17 left, American 2486.
Wait, they just told another aircraft they can land where I'm attempting to land. What the heck is this about? And why all of a sudden did my nav map zoom out? Holy crap. Okay, this is scary. It must have thought I've reached my destination. This is gonna be fun. I can't see. I have to zoom in. This is already going wrong. Okay, so they're 17L. Okay. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. And it's going to be a rough landing too, so really make sure you're buckled up. Okay, so that flight just landed. They just touched down on that runway, so we're clear. American 2486. I just saw them land on the runway, so we're good. All right, I think I see the airport right. Oh, that's not it. I thought that was it right there, but I don't think it is. Go around? What? Oh, I guess that's because I'm coming up. I thought I just saw them land. Maybe they were going around, but they were flying right over that runway. Okay. Well, they're going around, so that's good.
American 2486, contact regional approach on 135.9075. Good day.
Yeah, they're going around too because they're at 1,000 feet. So I guess they're just on a flight pattern right now.
135.9075 for American 2486.
All right. My navigational map. I wish it would quit resizing itself. This is gonna make it really hard for me to line up. Okay, so here we go.
DFW Tower Air Shuttle 573, 133 miles north inbound ILS runway 17 left approach.
Air Shuttle 5731 DFW Tower. Altimeter tree 0.01 wind 266 at 17.
What flight is that? Air Shuttle 5371. Where are they at? Because this is okay, I don't see them, so maybe they're a little. Does it say how far away they are? Oh, they're at 30,000 feet.
17 left approach Air Shuttle 5731.
No, they're at 300 feet. I don't know. I'm so confused right now. As long as they don't get in my way, I'll be all right. All right, we're fixing to make the last turn before we land. The runway should be right off of our wing. Right off of our left wing. That direction. Should be seeing it soon peek out from the corner of the windshield. All right, here we go. I'm going ahead. There's, let's see, American Airlines 1624. Where are they landing at? Looks like they're lined up for my airport. I mean, my runway. All right, y'all, here we go. Ahead making our turn for the final approach into DFW runway 17L. We are awful close to that American Airlines. They're at 2,400 feet. I'm at 2,000 feet. It's a wonder that my crash indicator isn't going off right now. They're just 400 feet above us. Getting close. Once I actually see the runway, then I'll pay more attention to the screen in front of me. Okay, so there's American Airlines 1624. That's when we're pretty much the same altitude, and I was getting a little concerned, but it's okay. But what I'm looking at over on my left is my navigational map, just making sure that I get in the general position of the runway, and then once I get eyeballs on it, then I'll stop looking at the nav map so much. All right, where?
17 left American 1624.
Cleared ILS runway 31 right approach Emirates 221.
All right, so the runway. It's really hard to compare with the nav map, but it looks like my runway is this one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and throttle back, go flaps, flaps up, or down, I mean, flaps down. Lined up a little bit better here. This landing's going to be rough, and it was pretty rough. It was really bad using the Xbox controller.
Emirates 221 wind
It's going to be rough
Cleared to land runway 31 right.
using the correct equipment, but it was really bad using the Xbox controller.
Cleared to land runway 31 right Emirates 221.
Trying to make sure. Yeah, so I'm still lined up. Okay. I'm heading the right direction.
DFW Tower American 2559er 10 miles southeast inbound ILS runway 31 right approach.
American 2559er DFW Tower.
Throttling on back a little bit more.
Wind 186 at 8. Cleared ILS runway 31 right approach. American 1624 go round.
Cleared ILS runway 31 right approach American 2559er.
See all the planes that are on the ground right now?
American 1624 contact regional approach on 135.975.
And this is a pretty cool airport too. They've actually got a shoot, I forgot what to call it now, a tram. It takes you from terminal to terminal, and you can actually make the whole circle. So one day I had several hours layover at this airport, and I just rode the tram around, got my GoPro out and did a time-lapse video of all the way around the airport. It's a really cool airport the way they got it laid out. And as you can see, they kind of they're letting me land away. I guess this is where the small aircraft land. Over to the right is where the bigger aircraft land. All right, let me go ahead and slow down a little bit more as we're making our approach.
Cleared to land runway 31 right American 2559er.
Emirates 221 exit runway with able.
Yes, the moment you've been waiting for. Almost 3 hours worth of stream for this moment. Hopefully the brakes work now. We'll find out. All right, yeah, this is definitely runway 17, thankfully, so I'm on the right runway.
Emirates 221 exit runway with able.
Ooh, best landing yet. Best landing yet, heck yeah. I gotta say, I'm rather proud of that landing. And it looks like my brakes are working too, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that landing. If you could have seen some of my other landings. Oh, you're still holding your bottle? Thank you, Gators. I appreciate that. Let's see if we can taxi. Yeah, I'm off. Oh yeah, I forgot to.
Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee contact ground on 130.1.
Going to 130.1 Cessna Uniform Foxtrot Yankee.
See if I can taxi over and find some gas, or find some fuel, excuse me.
American 2559 return next taxiway.
Unfortunately, for some reason, the nav map usually zooms way in when you're at an airport, so you can see the configuration of the airport. But for some reason, it's not doing that with this airport, so I have no idea where to go find fuel. So I'm gonna just pull right in here and park. Let's put it in 4-wheel drive.
American 2559
There we go.
exit runway.
Thankfully, I hit that 4-wheel drive button just in time before I hit the grass. And let's go ahead and see if my brakes really work. No, my brakes aren't working. All right, so I'm gonna have to do it this way. Oops. There. There we go. We got it stopped. Not the right way to stop it, but it stopped. All right, let's go ahead and kill the engine. The wrong way. Ooh, let's see here. 2-hour and 35-minute flight. Thank y'all for sticking around for this flight. Throw on some appropriate holiday music. Let's see who we're gonna raid.